In this video guide, I'm going to show you how you can create a curtain wall with panels and frames in Blender that we can use for an exterior of building, or we can also use it for an interior, create a glass wall with a customized pattern. So let's start in Blender here, and I'm going to use this standard cube just to create a pavement. So I'm going to make this really thin and enlarge it like this. So then we can create curtain wall, glass interior wall right here. So I'm gonna start by using a plane because this is then easier to turn into panels and frame. So I create the plane and go down here and change the rotation on the epsilon axis of 90 degrees. And then I'm gonna change the size also. So let's make these like 4 meters. So really big. And then I'm gonna push it up like this. You know, you find this like in lofts or industrial interior design. So once I have this, I need to create a grid. Now that grid will become the way that I'm going to cut and create the frame and the panels. So one quick way to do this is to go in the edit mode, right click and subdivide, subdivide, subdivide. So you can create a pattern or a grid like this. And also, if you want, if you select like, let's say you want to create like a door here or something like that, you can right click and you can dissolve faces. So make one face out of one, or perhaps let's do like this. So let's first dissolve these two and then dissolve these other two, and then you can continue. You can also use the loop cut. So using the loop cut, you can see you can cut horizontally and vertically and create again like a pattern. So since this is a customized glass wall, you know, you can do it however you want. So I won't go too far with this, so I'm just gonna keep it simple. So I'm just gonna go back and use this pattern right here. Now that I have the panels, because each one of these, let me select the move, each one of these is gonna be a panel. So I select those. I can also select by clicking and dragging. And then let's create the frame. So to create the frame, I'm going to use the inset faces. I'm gonna click here and drag, and you can see it's gonna create a border there. Now this is gonna be like the generic border. So this is gonna be, let's say 0.04 something. Okay. And now let's create, and so I have, you can see there a frame, and then I have the other panels. So we can already create a frame out of this. So maybe I want just this part like this. Okay, so this is gonna be like the generic external frame. And so I'm gonna detach this. So right click and separate selection. So this is gonna be the, let's call this external frame. And then let's go back to this other and go to edit mode, again in the panels. And now we're gonna create a frame for each panel. So again, go to inset face, click and drag, but this time we're gonna use individual. So we're gonna create an individual frame for each face. And let's do like 0.03, so 3 centimeters. Okay, now that we have the panels inside, we can right click, separate selection again. So now we have the panels right here, and let's call these panels. And if you're having problem with this, you can check the Blender course or a 3D architecture video course in Blender that we published, and you can find it in the channel. So this is going to be the internal frame. So int frame. All right. Now all we need to do is start to work with this. So let's go for the external frame first. So what I can do is select all faces and just extrude. And I can extrude like this. I just want to go back because I forgot to put this base part. So I'm gonna just separate this from this selection, and I'm gonna select this bottom frame and the other side here and right click and join. So this is how we can separate and also how we can join. And also another way that we have to create a solid out of this is to go here to modifiers, add modifier, generate, and go to solidify. So this is going to be like extruding also like this, but we can also check the offset, so we can make it like middle way. So instead of extruding only on one side, we already place this on both sides, which is probably better. So now that we have the external, let's go for the internal. So I'm gonna select that, and again, I'm gonna do the same exact thing because I think it's the fastest way we can do this. So solidify, again, extrude a little bit, change the offset a little bit, and the panels will go inside there. And then finally we have the panels. So also I'm gonna add another solidify, really thin thickness for the panels there. And there you go. Now, if you want, you can add some extra details by using, for example, like the bevel. So you can do like edge by edge. So if I want to select, for example, here this edge, and also we need to apply the solidify. So I'm gonna select here and apply, select here and apply, select here and apply. So when you apply the modifier, then you can use all the edges. So there you go. Otherwise, you kind of use that. So if you want to add extra details, you can, for example, add here a not an insert, sorry, a bevel. So there you go. And perhaps you can make this rounded if you want. So you can customize this furthermore. It's going to take some extra time. And also you can try with the generic bevel here, add modifier, generate bevel. And let's add just, a small bevel. Don't exaggerate with the bevel, but you can see here we have like some extra detailing in this case. And also here. So this will be quicker, but it's going to be like on each part of the object instead of the other bevel. So let me see here. Okay, I want to decrease this amount. Okay, I want to make this really, really small. And that's it. Now let's work with some materials. So what I'm going to do is go into Edit Preferences, go to Add-ons, search for lib, L-I-B, and activate the material library right here. These are kind of presets that you can quickly use. So for example, if I now go here on this object and create a new material, I will go for down here for the material library, sample materials. Now, if you're interested again, you find an entire course dedicated to interior design architecture, which is called 3D architecture in Blender. So I'm gonna use one of these, probably like, well, you have glass there for the facade. So let's go here and create a new material also for the glass. I'm gonna go for like basic glass in this case. So it's really simple glass. Now to see and apply to selection. Now to see the material, you need to switch to the third or the fourth sphere. So this is kind of a quick representation. And now let's add also like a brushed metal to this. And also here again, I'm gonna add a new material and wait for the material to be created. And let's apply another metallic paint. You can also change these once you apply them. So let's go also here with metallic paint in the shading mode. You can work with materials, but again, I'm not going to go through this too much. Just quickly showing you how you can customize things here. So let's make this kind of a black metal or dark gray, perhaps. Okay, so we have the curtain wall. Now, if we go in render, we can render this out. Also here, we can go to render. We can test also the light. Now, this is the standard rendering. If you go here, you can change from EV to cycles, which is heavier, but it's going to give you like the better look. And that's it. So we're going to stop. And thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, subscribe to stay updated for more. And if you want to thank us, support us, please join the channel as a supporter. Thanks for watching and see you in the next.